James and Jeffrey, you let us down. 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 Hey guys, welcome to the new Movie Thing Show. It's a show where we go to the theaters and we watch brand new films that are out in the theaters, and today we watched
Dumb and Dumber 2 the biggest. I'm not gonna say anything mean yet. Okay.
Guys, Dumb and Dumber 2 starts Jeff Creffrey and Jeff Daniels.
Oh, they're some of my favorites. This is funnier than the movie, man.
This movie stars an aging James Carrey and a Jeffrey Daniels, and I
just
think
let you down.
They let you down. No, I mean, look. It's before we dig in, before we get the meal going.
Okay.
I must say that it's not fair that we have a perfectly hilarious, amazing, timeless comedy classic, debatably the Airplane of the 90s.
God, that movie's so good.
Dumb and Dumber is probably one of the top 20 funniest movies of all time.
One of my top 20 favorite movies of all time.
Favorite movies of all time. It's a great comedy, well written, and so it's not fair that unfortunately this movie has to be compared to the first one.
But you have to.
But you have to because they called it Dumb and Dumber 2, and it is a sequel. And even after they made that abysmal prequel,
man, okay, you haven't seen the prequel.
I have not, but I know it's a stinker.
Oh, it's a stinker, but man, it's better than this. It is better
the
than this.
prequel's better?
It's better than this, and they didn't even nod to the prequel. Like this was supposed to make up for it.
I think they were nodding. Yeah, I think they were completely glossing over it.
No, yeah, because like even the old pictures, they didn't use any of the actors that were in the prequel.
Oh, right, you're right.
They didn't use the actors' faces.
They could have done that.
They could have, and they didn't, and not even in the flashbacks either.
Basically, I mean, what we have with this movie is kind of like we've got some really funny and talented, amazing actors that are trying to kind of
capture the
like,
magic
of the
original.
It's like putting 10 pounds of beef into a 5-pound bag. It's like you can't, it doesn't fit. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
You ever heard the expression?
No!
The reason why I bring up that expression is because it feels like Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey are trying to squeeze it back into the characters of Harry and Lloyd, and it feels very forced. It's sad because they're old, and I know aging happens and it's not fair, but it's like, I really just feel like they maybe just shouldn't have made this movie.
Shouldn't have, and if they had made it, they should have made it like 4 years after the first.
Maybe, I don't know, man.
Because it would have worked better as a 90s movie, because that's what everyone is saying, that this is a 90s movie, it's in the wrong era.
It is, it's in the realm of the 90s style comedies, and now we've kind of got like this new climate in comedy where the Apatow films have kind of taken over and have set a new climate for comedy these days.
Yeah, but man, like, God.
The problem
How could they have greenlit this movie really quick?
No. It makes perfect sense why they greenlit this movie. It's the name, it's familiarity, it's like a franchise possibility. But look, as a society, we're kind of obsessed with this nostalgia that has gotten out of control. And I think at this point what we have is we hold on to the memories of these films and these TV shows and these comic books, what have you, and all this pop culture that was so amazing when they initially came out, but things were so different at the time. The comedy climate, the economic climate, the political climate, you know, all of these things factor into the general audience's feelings of a movie.
When you're watching it and you're watching Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey, it's like watching two people time travel from 1991, whenever this movie came, when the first one came out, and they are plopped into 2014, and they're just trying to run the world like it normally was.
Yeah, exactly.
It's painful, and it makes you feel, I don't know, man, it's a chore to watch this movie.
It's just, I felt, ultimately it just made me kind of sad.
Yes,
because it
makes
just
you
felt
sad.
like, it's a great effort from everybody. And again, Jeff Daniels, if you've seen him on Newsroom, and if you've seen him before that in anything else,
then don't watch this.
I mean, but not just that. You know he's an amazing actor, and even in Dumb and Dumber, he's amazing. And their comedic timing in that movie is unprecedented, and it's some of the best comedy stuff of our generation. And I feel like it's just not fair to try to recapture that. It's just not fair.
One good thing, which I still didn't enjoy it, but they were good together.
No,
even though
the
comedy wasn't good.
Right.
They were good.
Yeah.
So like they were able to like work well in the scenes, and like they worked well together.
But that's not the problem, because we know they work well together. We know that dynamic exists. We've all seen Dumb and Dumber. I mean, but you shouldn't expect it to not work. We've seen it. We've seen it already, and we know how great these actors are. We know how amazing these people are. And but that's not to say that there weren't funny moments in the movie. I laughed plenty of times. It's just that
I can't recall them.
I don't know. It's just got that like tired plot, and they tried really hard to kind of recapture the feel of the first movie.
Yeah,
by
really
giving
hard,
it this kind of this like this bumbling caper that they're on, this kind of like journey to find potentially Harry's daughter
and like a love interest.
And then and it's just I don't know, man. The idea that we're obsessed with these nostalgic characters that we just so desperately want to see do one more thing. Man, we want to see Indiana Jones crack that whip one more time, man. Just do it. Just pull him out of the grave.
You have to
and
learn to let it
inject him with that fucking life sauce and just fucking puppet him and make him fucking dance for us, because we want to see these characters we love one more time on the big screen. And
that's not what happens,
I'm guilty of wanting to see that. I am guilty of wanting to see Harrison Ford put the fucking cool hat on and do something cool. But the problem is we've seen time and time again that it just doesn't work. Yeah. It doesn't work because everything's different. Everything's different.
But at least sometimes when they try to reinvigorate these movies, like these nostalgic movies, they try something new. Like Indiana Jones 4, that wasn't something new. That was garbage, right?
I mean, but it's because they so desperately were trying to recreate everything.
And that's what they did with this, but they did a piss poor job at it. Like they tried to take the best parts and then try to make them relevant, and then like try to add in like, these new characters that they're trying to create, and at some point, the Farrelly brothers gave up in the middle.
And if you were to ask me, if there's some of you that are upset because you enjoyed the film or what have you, that's fine.
Sorry.
But if you were to ask me, okay, Steve, then how would you fix the movie? How would you make it better?
I don't know.
I would honestly say maybe just don't make a sequel to Dumb and Dumber. The movie's good. It's good. It doesn't need a sequel. Just like with the idea that we're getting a new Ghostbusters with a female cast. It's like, it seems different enough that it's like, all right, these are funny women that are potentially being cast in this new Ghostbusters movie, and I love the Ghostbusters franchise, and why not? But the problem is that it's just there's no need for it.
They already tried with the prequel, and I get the idea that like you make a prequel with the new cast and everything, playing these characters that you like, and then like you're like, oh, that was bad. Maybe if we give it to the people that we love already, that it would be better. But that is not what happened.
And then it's also like, let's give a new generation these characters and see if maybe a new generation will see these characters and think it's funny. But it's like, these are old guys that are kind of, I mean, look at me, man. I'm gonna get old, soon, and and there's no way I could keep doing fucking SourceFed stories as an old man, because it's just gonna look sad. And an old guy trying to appeal to a bunch of fucking kids. And that's the sad truth. And it's not to say that Jim Carrey shouldn't keep doing movies and shouldn't keep being a comedian. It's just that we shouldn't try to force these aging actors that are still incredible and amazing into these roles where they excelled when they were youthful and young and in a different time.
Okay, and that happens a lot with like movies that are being like revamped and redone. The funniest part in the movie for us wasn't like the laughs that we got during the movie, because we still laughed at parts. We still laughed at parts. The funniest part was there's an old man in the back row walking in front of the projector. And he did it 3 times.
No, he did it 3 times.
He did it twice during the movie, and I was
funny
crying.
every time. Yeah, because it was like, we're supposed to be laughing at what's happening on the screen, but then the old man, that was funny. That was funnier than what was happening on the screen. But look, I mean, personally, I was sad watching this movie.
I was sad
as well.
Maybe
you won't be, maybe you'll find it funny, and maybe it'll tickle your funny bone, and that's okay. And that's why we have opinions, and that's why you are different than I am, and that's what makes us unique.
Yeah, maybe the comment section of this video will just be like, what are you starring? This was a great movie. Maybe,
Which is fine.
Yes.
If you enjoy this movie, that's fine. Yes. That's no fault of you or me or anybody else. It just personally made me sad.
And maybe give me or us a reason why we should appreciate it compared to the first and the prequel. Maybe there's a reason that we missed.
Yeah, let's try to be constructive about it. And
because we just tore it apart, so let's try to build it back up.
Even though we kind of did tear it apart, I think we did it eloquently. We didn't just say, what a piece of fucking shit because I didn't fucking laugh at a poo-poo joke. No, I'm just saying it made me sad.
Yes.
That's it. We aren't the only ones that saw this film. In fact, IMDb gave the movie a score of 7.6. That's based on user reviews.
And Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 30 from the critics and a 66 from the audience. So audience kind of likes it. Critics are kind of with us. It's not as bad as Avatar: The Last Airbender. They got 5%, so... I think my favorite part of the movie would have had to been Freda Felcher. I liked her the most whenever she was on screen. Like, not for the comedic, like she just kind of, I liked what she did with the scene, I liked what she did with the characters. And the daughter is adorable.
I just like, I liked the pretty girl from Heroes.
Yes.
I thought she was,
that's what we could finally figure out who that was
She was from Heroes.
Yeah, great smile, she's cute.
So, will this movie stand the test of time? I don't think so. And I think Dumb and Dumber will. And it'll go up it'll go down in history as one of the greatest comedies of all time. Unfortunately, this one probably won't. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the New Movie Thing show and enjoying our opinions on the film. If you guys have your own opinion on the movie, let us know in the comments. I'd love to discuss it with you.
Yes,
I'm Steve Zaragoza.
I'm Sam Basher.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
James and Jeffrey let us down.
You let us down.
James and Jeffrey, you let us down. James and Jeffrey, you let us down. James and Jeffrey, you let us down.
Did you guys watch Interstellar?
No, we really should have.
Yeah.
We might have gone and seen Big Hero 6,
Actually, we were so close
to
seeing Big Hero 6. We should have just done that.
Bye-bye.